Hi friends, welcome back to Three Barrow Farm. My name is Amy for those who are new here, and yes, welcome to this glorious day that we are having today. This whole week really, we're in the 20s, the early to mid 20s now, and it is just glorious. I'm out here without a sun hat on, which is very unusual, but I just wanted to introduce this video to you all, showing you what I've been doing in the garden this past week. So as you can see, I have used some frost cloth and I've planted out in this section here of vegetable patch number 3. And I've also planted some frost hardy herbs over in the other garden, but I have more frost cloth now, so I'm very excited. I just need to make myself some hoops to go, some rings to go underneath the cloth, and I'm going to plant my tomatoes. But I will show you the tomatoes next week. This week I will show you all the medicinal herbs that I planted into the garden, and some carrot seeds and onion seeds that I've planted as well in between. I've got zucchinis in here. It's all happening now. I'm really excited. Plus, I've planted out my second succession of seed raising inside the house. So it's a very, very busy but exciting time. I'm thoroughly enjoying this gorgeous weather that we're having, and already having to water the garden occasionally because we're not getting any rain, and we won't get any rain for the next week or so. So grab a drink and enjoy this little video of what I've been up to in my vegetable garden.
The garden has been a peaceful place to spend weeding this week, although there has been some hard labour happening as well. The fennel is growing back very lush after the winter. I know that bronze fennel is used by florists, but I'm wondering how you might use the leaves in cooking. We've been cutting the grass down low and preparing the south side of our vegetable patches for pipe to go down eventually. Although at the moment Latham is experimenting with different ways of keeping the grass out of the vegetable beds, and we might cover more of this at a later date. I planted out the first seedlings I raised inside our house. I've planted everything quite close to each other, but I'll be putting more irrigation down soon. I like to experiment with how close I plant and make the most of the space. But most of the time things do end up being too close. I need to water them more, but sometimes I end up just moving some of the plants later. In the end, I just needed to get all of these plants under the frost cloth, and I only had one frost cloth, and I needed to get them out of the seed trays as well. I've planted all the different basils: holy basil or tulsi, sweet basil, cinnamon basil. I've planted catmint, self-heal, mugwort and lemon balm. This is my first time using frost cloth, and I had some old wire sitting around. It's quite thick wire, so it's very sturdy. So I got Latham and Samuel to cut them up for me while I was planting, and they worked really well. We do need to think of something else that we have lying around the farm that I can use to make into hoops. We have some old pipe lying around, so I might use this to make some more hoops to put the next frost cloth down. I've seen on another channel, Roots and Refuge, that Jess puts wooden planks over her sprinkled carrot seed. So I thought I would give it a go. I've watered down the soil first, and then I've added the seed on top of the soil. I did put a tiny sprinkling of soil on top of the seeds, but because carrot seed doesn't like to be buried too far, I've left most of it just on the surface. And then I just placed what planks I had lying around on top of the rows of carrots, and we shall see how it goes. The idea behind the planks is to keep the moisture in, and once the carrot seeds have germinated, you take the planks off. I'm keeping good notes this year. I always struggle with keeping a log of everything I do in the garden, and this year I'm determined to keep at it. The puppies are always near me when I'm working in the garden, and they tend to want lots of cuddles at times, and it's just a delight to have them as my little helpers in the garden. So here I'm planting the rest of the medicinal herb seedlings I had in my trays inside. These ones are a little bit hardier, so I'm experimenting with not putting them under the frost cloth, and we shall see how we go.
So I hope you enjoyed that little glimpse of what I'm putting into my vegetable garden at the moment, and I look forward to showing you even more. It's getting very exciting. I'm thoroughly enjoying my time out here, especially with this glorious weather we are having. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.